Hi, everybody. I love these dares that Cerridwen gives me. She says these things like, do you know what? It'd be a really good idea if you just gave people a little overview what it is that you have just done. So, just now, despite the fact that I'm looking slightly under the weather, lurgy as well, I've just seen a client who is seeking some answers in trying to transform some of the issues and some of the worries that she has and seeking for a way of practically approaching them and finding the alchemy in the change. And I think it's really important that we all understand that everybody's standing before the gates now. The portals are opening, but we are still standing before the gates of change. Change in this century, change in this world, change in everything that we once knew to be safe. The situation post COVID was one of elation and one of let's get out of here. And 2022 was all about reclaiming ourselves, being ready to go out and taking the world by storm again. 2023 has shown us that, well, actually, we have to settle down, we have to circle round. We all have jobs to do. There are things that have been left behind, and we need to pick up the reins again and be responsible for what's happening out there in the world. Come away from the individual, the personal, and go once again into the communal. Come into the community and find the unity and harmony in that. Here in Avalon, there is a lot going on. There is conflict, and at times there is sadness, and people bring all of their things here that they wish to let go without ever giving a thought about those of us who live and serve here, having to clear it all up. It's a little bit like everybody letting their dogs poo and we have to clean it up afterwards. I try to be polite about that. So for me, the soul healings at this moment of time is very much about finding the signposts and the symbols and the directions in which people want to expand, but also what they have to let go of, put down, unpack out of their little satchel on the back, the holder of the burdens, and look into the mirror of truth. The mirror of truth is the one that shows us all of the distortions, the glamours that we hold up, where we think it's, a little bit of makeup would have made me look a lot more palatable to you all. But quite frankly, that's not needed right now. You need to see the truth. You need to see what is actually there in order to see what is there for you to go forward with. This is where self-delusion and self-illusion no longer play a part of our lives. It is where we pick up all of the tools that we need and stick those in our rucksack at the back of your bag and say, okay, I'm going to work now. I'm going to take my personal power and I'm going to make the world a better place. And this is not about your personal power to make your circumstances a better place. This is about all of us. People come to me and they worry about what's going to happen in the future. People are now actually looking at what is going to happen in the future of their children. How will their future look for their children? We've just had, with all due respect to many of you who may not have had abundance, but we've all had a roof over our heads to the most, and we've all had food in our bellies, and we have all had a certain amount of complacency. The card today is from Thoth, Aleister Crowley's deck, and I absolutely adore that. The imagery on it is stunning. It is so filled with mysticism, mystical, alchemy, alchemical, and sacred geometry, if you look at it. I find this card fascinating. Aleister Crowley has a very bad reputation. And when I was first guided this beginning of this year to start digging out my cards that I've had for I don't know how many years, probably about 20 or 30, and just you can see they're pristine. I've never really taken them out of the box, so to speak, because I was a little bit afraid of them. They're very different. But I do believe that he was a visionary. I do believe that he had a future that he could see. And I think part of that future that he could see was actually the reason why he declined so badly in his later years. There had been an optimism at the beginning. There had been a bit of a crazy childlike energy about him that was seeing where the boundaries are. In the later years, there was a depression and a dissonance in him, and the cards were often a guide to him. But when you look at this card in front of behind all the beautiful golden things, there is a very dark wall, a very dark wall, so that we can see the projections. And as I see this, as I walk this path, as I see the cards in front of me, I try to travel into the cards. There is a place of the elements: earth, air, fire, water. It is a part of what we wish to see back to nature, but also the alchemical power of the elements. What is the fire within me? Is it a good fire? Is it a conflagration? I'm going to get that out in a minute. Or is that fire a fire that is simmering the cauldron gently, giving me time and the leisure to have a creative span in my life? Am I sitting by the fire? Am I sitting by the cauldron, gently stirring and seeing what will come up for me? A lot of people have told me this year, at the beginning of the year, that they were looking for some rest, some recuperation, and a lot of them were traveling back into their own place, traveling back and holding space for themselves in silence, in peace, in restitution. And there is that 5-dimensional object in our card. We travel into the card because it is more of a corridor with many, many doors. And we open the door of water, of our emotions. And what do we find? Is it a huge stormy sea with great big waves that are overwhelming us? Or is it the soft trickle of a gentle little stream that helps us clear and cleanse without making us feel uncomfortable? And then there is, of course, the earth that is our body. Are we in our bodies? Are we holding ourselves safe? Are we well? So many people are telling me they've got viruses, they've got illnesses, a lot of people are dying. So, what is it that we've missed? Have we really been in our bodies over the last 3 years? Have we really wanted to be in our bodies? And do we now need to return into our bodies and feel into what is not right, what is not well? And then we have the air, that beautiful, soft air. And I was calling in the air this Imbolc season for the Goddess Temple in their in-person ceremony. And I felt myself standing on the tour, and around me there was a weaving of the winds of Avalon. And sometimes they can be incredibly blustery. I've actually nearly fallen off the tour. Somebody had to grab hold of me. And I'm not a small unit. And then there are these soft breezes upon which the crows and the ravens and everyone else flies and just gently soars across almost your nose when you're standing on the tour. What is the wind to us? To us here in Avalon, it is cleansing and clearing. It takes the mist out of your head. It allows you to see in the future, see what it is that you wish to bring forward. See what you wish to leave behind. See where maybe you could have been more clear in your communication. And of course, for me, it is always the beautiful crystalline um, white crystals, or the crystal clear quartz crystals that so entice me. Whether they are diamonds or Herkimer diamonds or just a normal crystal quartz, they belong in the north for me. They are like those glittering snowflakes that reflect the sun when you have a snowy mountaintop. The only snow I've seen here in the UK is when I went up to Cerridwen, the mountain up in Anglesey, the beautiful mountains in Wales. They're the only ones where we see snow now. And that's sad for me because I remember crisp and clear snowy days. I know a lot of you in the UK have had snow over the last few weeks. We have not. Well, we had 10 flakes on my birthday, believe it or not. But it is, for me, the memory of that natural beauty of a snowflake. The wonder that every snowflake, out of the millions of them, billions of them, is to itself a unique creation. And it makes me understand that no matter how hard things get, no matter how difficult things get for people, these snowflakes represent something to us. They represent freshness, newness, new beginnings. Every day you wake up, there's a new beginning for you. You choose how you wish to live your life. You choose how you act towards others. You choose the words that come out of your mouth. You choose the intention that you send out via your thoughts. Whether you're going to create a thought form for good or for bad. And this is what this card, this soul healing card, tells me. It shows me, it guides me into it. Right at the top, there is a triangle, the connection of the soul between us, the divine, and the natural world. The souls that surround us here on the natural world, and the souls that connect us, the soul that is connected to what some people call the oversoul. I don't know why we always have to do that. Why do we always have to think in terms of under and over? It is the soul of the universe, the cosmic soul, that we connect to, the divine soul. To me, Cerridwen, to you, maybe something else. And there is a pathway at the bottom of the card. The pathway is going towards the temple right in the middle of the card. There is always a temple within you. There's always your own physical, mental, etheric temple that you can come and visit, where you are safe, your sanctuary, where nobody can touch you. You're not alone. There are a load of people, beings that wish to be of service to you. They want us to become better at who we are. They want us to become better people, better human beings, more compassionate, more loving, more caring. The temple that is in this card, can you see the pathway to it? Across the waters, there is a moat, but then there is this golden temple, this golden place of peace. And you can find that within you. And that golden place of peace will be your sanctuary where you can think, where the whole world can just go and hang itself if you need some peace and quiet, and where you can make plans for your own expansion and leave behind the expectations and obligations of all of those people around you. It is a safe space for you. It is a sacred space for you. You create your own inner temple, and it can look in whatever way you wish. You can have a great big Egyptian pyramid, or you can have 3 trees in a very nice and dark woodland area. It is your choice. But keep that temple quiet. Don't tell anyone about your sacred space. One of the maxims was always to know, to dare, to will, to be silent. We don't have to tell everybody everything about what we're thinking. It sort of diminishes the magic when you think about it. Soul healing is my passion. People come to me from all over the world, and I listen. And every now and then, the spirits speak through me. The wisdom of the goddess speaks through me. Or if it is someone that you work with, for example, I have a lot of people that work with angels. I'm not really a big angel fan. Sorry, folks. But whoever is there for you is in your throng of guides and helpers. They will come through me and they will speak to me. Because for now, at this moment, there seems to be a miscommunication between you and them. And that is one of the things that I would like to do, is to reconnect you with your own guides and helpers. And then you don't need a mediator. You don't need a bridge to speak to them directly and to receive their wisdom for you. They were there when you were born. They made a contract with your soul to help you. Listen to them. Find them, listen to them, and be with them. Know that you're not alone. In a world where being alone is almost a hazard for all humans, feeling alone, feeling abandoned, feeling so desperate, all you have to do is send your senses into your room, into the area, invite them to your temple, tell them to come and be with you, and you will be surprised who steps forward. Is it a spirit or a soul of the crystalline realm, or is it a soul of the universal realm? Find out. It's fun. It's like making new friends or re-meeting old friends. Healing the soul and reconnecting the soul with your intellect, with your intuition, with your insights, with your inner knowing, your wisdom. It's the greatest gift that you can give yourself this year. 2023 has become the year of the mystery to me. I don't know what's coming for me, but I do trust the goddess that whatever comes, she is here to protect me. So blessings upon you, blessings upon your day, and come and join me the next time. We will have another card. Blessed be.